All right, guys, welcome to our last notes in this year. This is your last notes of pre-cal, which is amazing. Way to go on making it through the year. This is going to be rather quick. It's slopes and tangent lines. There's a formula that we're going to use, and these examples are already worked out, which I like and I don't like. It's definitely kind of hard to explain. It's most definitely easier to show you, which is what I'm going to do down here with one example, but I'm going to kind of talk about the second example more than anything. So basically what happens is you're going to use this formula, the limit as h approaches 0 for f of x plus h minus f of x over h. You should have seen this before. We have definitely used this in the past, but I know a lot of people have struggled with the x plus h part of it. So I'm going to try to go over that and maybe even work this example again, just to kind of show you how it's supposed to look. So basically what you're going to do is f of x is as easy, h is easy, but the f of x plus h is where you replace the x value in the equation with x plus h. So because of that, it becomes x plus h squared minus 2 minus f of x, which is x minus 2, all over h. Then you FOIL it and you simplify, and that is where we get 2x plus h. And so because it's h approaching 0, that h goes away because you plug in 0 for h, and that's how we end up with 2x. Then they give you some sort of point, 2, 8. 2 times the x value is 4. And so they're saying that the slope at 2, 8 is 4. So not only am I going to work an example, but I'm also going to show it to you on a graph just so you can actually see that it is completely accurate. All right, so for us, we're going to do this one on our own. We have 4 minus x squared. That is our f of x. So we have the limit as h approaches 0 for f of x plus h, and this is just the formula from the top. I'm just moving it down here, minus f of x all over h. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is f of x plus h. That means we're going to take x and we're going to replace it with x plus h. So we have 4 minus x plus h squared. This is f of x plus h, 4 minus x plus h squared, minus f of x, which is going to be 4 minus x squared. And this is all over h. And again, we're going to FOIL. So what I'm going to do is leave this as 4 minus, and in parentheses, I'm just going to FOIL at x plus h. So we have x squared plus 2xh plus h squared. And then I'm going to go ahead and FOIL that, distribute that negative sign. Minus 4 plus x squared, all over h. So now I'm going to distribute that negative sign up here as well. And again, every time you do this, you're going to be able to simplify it very, very much. So we have 4 minus x squared minus 2xh minus h squared. Again, I'm just distributing this negative sign outside the parentheses. Minus 4 plus x squared, all over h. So our 4's go away. We have minus x squared plus x squared, and we end up with negative 2xh minus h squared over h. This will happen like this every time you do it. You'll be able to get rid of any whole numbers. You'll always be able to get rid of the x squared, and you'll end up with an xh value in h every single time. So I'm going to pull out the h on top because obviously we're going to get rid of that. Negative 2x minus h over h, and we simplify to negative 2x minus h. So because this is where h is approaching 0, that will go away, and we're left with m being negative 2x. All right, so from here, we have 2 coordinates. They said then use the formula to find the slope at 0, 4 and negative 1, 3. So at 0, 4, m is equal to negative 2 times 0, negative 2 times x, which means that, the slope is 0. I'm going to make sure my lights come back on right quick. And then we're going to plug it in for that second coordinate, which we have negative 1, 3. And m is going to be equal to negative 2 times negative 1 here, which is 2. All right, and again, if you want to work this a little slower, if you need my help working any of these, just let me know. I know there will be at least one on your test. There might be more than that, but I'll be happy to help you work through a couple of examples. So here it is on the graph, just so you can see it. At 0,4, oh, there's a bug on my screen. At 0,4, the slope is 0, and that's what we found because it's going straight across, not increasing or decreasing there. And then at, what was our other point? -1,3, we have this value here. We got that it was +2 because it is increasing from left to right, so it is positive. And then because if you think of rise over run, from here down to this point, from -2, 0 to 0, 4, this does have a slope of 2. So that's where that comes into play, just so you can kind of see where those numbers are on the actual graph. That is slopes and tangent lines.